turn lessons into blessings. I think it's important for you to take every L on the chin and turn it into a positive and make it a blessing. I'm just so happy and grateful and graceful that I was able to experience everything in life that I have experienced, from the negative to the positive, because it has shaped me into the woman that I am today.
The venue was pink. The decorations? Pink. The signage? Pink. Every inch of it was styled, branded, and promoted as the ultimate Barbie celebration. And right at the center was Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed Chi Barbie, the face of the movement, the headline name of the entire weekend. And then the crowd showed up. Or more accurately, they didn't.
You guys will not believe this. In case you did not know, and look, I totally forgive you if you didn't, there's a thing called Barbie Fest. You may be like, what? Excuse me, Rhodes? Barbie Fest, which is like a Comic-Con for Barbie fans. Yeah. So they had a number of guest speakers at Barbie Fest, right? Serena Williams, Angel Reese was there. That's right. In what is now being called a complete fiasco, they're calling it Barbie Dream Fest, Barbie Nightmare Fest.
Barbie Dream Fest in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, was meant to be Angel Reese's moment to shine. And if you really try, you can almost picture the crowd that was supposed to fill the space. To be fair, Reese did her part. She showed up ready, brought the energy, and stepped out in a hot pink tank and skirt set that fit the theme perfectly. She took the stage, delivered her panel, and looked exactly how you'd expect. Polished and on brand. That's never been the issue. The real conversation? It's about the crowd, or more accurately, the lack of one.
This was a disaster. This was a disaster. I almost feel bad with how much of a disaster this was. Now, over this weekend, there was this thing called Barbie Dreamfest. Angel Reese was invited. Serena Williams was invited. And when I tell you that not even 15 people showed up, not even 15 people showed up. When I tell you this was empty, well, I'm doing the word empty a massive disservice. It was less than empty.
Because here's what was promised. The first ever official Barbie fan festival in the brand's 67-year history. A 3-day immersive takeover at the Broward County Convention Center. An unforgettable lineup, an interactive dream house, a retro roller disco, a glam bar, a perfectly pink marketplace, and star-studded panels. And right at the center of it all, Angel Reese, the Chi Barbie herself, sharing the spotlight with Serena Williams, who was set to receive the inaugural Barbie Dreamfest Icon Award. On paper, it sounded like a sold-out spectacle. In reality, it looked more like a scattered crowd, a handful of attendees drifting through a space far too big for the moment. Less a packed festival, more a quiet gathering that didn't quite live up to the hype.
This right here is the Barbie Dream Fest, or Barbie Nightmare Fest, because people paid close to $1,000 to go here, counting hotels, and $250 tickets. And this is what they were met with. Now, I'm not a Barbie fan, okay, but I am familiar with Barbie because of the movie. I have 2 girls. This right here is supposed to be the Barbie Dream House. If this is all that Barbie could dream up, I would question her capacity for imagination.
Now let's talk about what actually went down, because the online reaction said everything the official press release didn't. Within hours of day one, social media lit up. Reddit, X, TikTok, everywhere you looked there were clips, photos, and brutally honest takes from people who had paid anywhere from $33 to $438 just to be there. And the stories? Not great. One attendee, who dropped nearly $1,000 on a premium Pink Pass Plus hotel, called the entire experience disorganized and deeply disappointing. The promised swag bag? A single Barbie-branded hand sanitizer. The life-size dream house? Basically a cardboard backdrop next to a vintage pink VW van. The retro roller disco? A small, fenced-off section of the convention floor with a sign that simply read Roller Disco. No music. No lights. No vibe. By day 2, they added a tiny disco ball. Progress, apparently. Another attendee summed it up perfectly. The first thing I noticed, there's a lot of empty space. Like, a lot of empty space. Someone else drove 4 hours and paid $69 just for the experience of standing in that emptiness. One user even said they spent part of their day comforting families. Mothers who had bought 3-day passes, flown in from other states, booked hotels and rental cars, only to be let down by what they walked into. The internet didn't take long to name it Barbie Nightmare Fest. Comparisons started flying, to Fire Festival, to the infamous Willy Wonka experience that went viral for all the wrong reasons. Same pattern, massive promises, flashy marketing, and a reality that left people wondering how fast they could ask for a refund.
Yes, these were the celebrities that were supposed to show up and sign. Serena Williams, Angel Reese, and everybody else here. So this actually might be the new event that we compare other events to, because this is worse than the Willy Wonka experience. We need to bring back small batch events, because these large ones that are happening at expo centers, these are greedy, okay? They are maximizing the amount of tickets they can sell, and they're always underwhelming, and there's so much negative.
And here's where it gets interesting. Because Angel Reese didn't organize this event. She wasn't in charge of logistics. She didn't build the roller disco, pack the swag bags, or design that cardboard dream house. That responsibility falls on Mattel and their event partner, Mischief Management. And to be fair, that part matters. A lot. But there's a bigger story sitting right in the middle of all this. For the past 2 years, Angel Reese has built a public persona around being a cultural force. Someone who moves the needle. Someone who draws attention. Someone who believes people show up because of her. She said it in interviews, on her podcast, and on record, consistently, that the rise in attention around women's basketball isn't just about one name, it's about her too. That's been the message. Loud and clear. And now, the first major event where she's the marquee name, the featured speaker, the central face, and the space around her, is half empty. Funny how moments like that tend to shift the conversation.
I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that, because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game.
And here's the thing. This isn't the first time the numbers have told this story. Go back to May 2025. The Chicago Sky traveled to LSU, Angel Reese's old stomping ground. The place where she became a star. The same campus where she cut down the nets and celebrated a national title. This was supposed to be the homecoming. The big moment. The return of the Bayou Barbie, walking back into the building to a packed crowd and a hero's welcome. The Pete Maravich Assembly Center holds 13,215 fans. That night, 6,373 showed up. Less than half. The upper bowl didn't even open because the lower one couldn't be filled. The arena felt wide, quiet, and noticeably empty, the same building where she once celebrated with confetti falling around her. Tickets were discounted. Some reportedly dropped as low as $15. And still, the seats stayed empty. Entire sections untouched. Rows of nothing where a roaring homecoming crowd was supposed to be. Social media got those images, and didn't let go. One user put it bluntly, LSU, I'm calling y'all out. Angel Reese is back home and that should have been sold out. No excuses. Others were shocked. But shock and reality aren't the same thing. Because the reality was right there, in every photo, in every angle, in every empty seat. Now look at what happened that very same weekend. Just 2 days later, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever returned to Carver Hawkeye Arena, her old college home, for their own preseason exhibition. Tickets dropped. Sold out in 24 minutes. Resale prices surged, averaging around $440, higher than anything seen during her college run or early pro games. Fans were already packing the arena an hour and a half before tip-off, filling every level, every row. And when Clark hit her first three-pointer, the noise reportedly hit 117 decibels, about the level of a jet engine preparing for takeoff. That's not just loud, that's a statement. That's what it sounds like when an entire building shows up for one player. And she delivered, immediately. Before the first quarter was even over, the energy in that arena had already justified every expectation. After the game, Clark said, "I didn't anticipate anything less. That's precisely what I would have expected from them." She wasn't wrong. Because this is what tends to happen when Caitlin Clark shows up. Same weekend. Same type of event. One sold out in 24 minutes. The other couldn't fill the lower bowl, even with $15 tickets. Put those two realities side by side, and it's hard to argue there isn't a story there.